You shouldn't be.
No, I don't know if I'm really nervous, I'm just thinking what I gotta say.
Okay.
Okay?
Whenever you're ready, Jenna. Start again.
Okay.
What was it like before the depression?
I didn't really know anything before the Depression because I was too young to remember what the difference was.
What did you do before the depression?
Nothing, I just went to school and helped my mother. We worked, we did a lot of work at the house.
What was your school like?
We had the largest school in the area. We had 6 rooms in the grade school. We even had a gym, which most schools did have. But I had to walk almost 2 miles to school. We were right on the edge of the school district.
What was the name of your school?
We went to Beechwood School. And we had a music teacher, we had gym, we had a lot of the other schools didn't have, so many of them were only 2-room schools. We had 6 classrooms in our school. It was a big school. It was a nice school.
And what brothers and sisters did you have, and how old were they?
Well, I had, my sister was, one sister 2 years older. Then I had 3 brothers, 1, 2, and 3 years younger. And then I had a sister that's 5 years younger, and one that's 7, and a brother that was 9 years younger, and one that was 17 years younger.
So how old were you?
I was about 8, I guess, when the Depression hit. Yes, it was in 29, and I was born in 21. So it was I was 8 years old.
How did you hear that something was different? Like the depression? You didn't know it was a depression, but...
Well, I didn't hear about it, but I knew things weren't good because my dad lost his job, and a lot of people weren't working, and nobody had money to do anything with anything. So I knew something wasn't good, but I didn't realize it was depression. Nobody talked about depression. They talked more about the First World War.
What did your dad do before, when you were little, before the depression hit?
Well, then he worked in the foundry, the Holland furnace. He worked there almost all his life. Till, maybe 15, 20 years before he retired. Then he worked at Chris Craft and Roman Road. He worked there at the foundry most of his life.
But during the depression, he just did not have
During
work.
the Depression, there just wasn't a work. There was nobody was buying furnaces. Nobody had money for anything, so there was no work to be had. He did pick up some days he might have to go in for a day or 2, but then he may be home for a while again. He just kind of picked up whatever odd jobs he could find. Then he did work for a while on WP. What they call it, WP? Building roads. I worked on that for a while.
That was one of the programs by the president that
Yeah.
put in place.
Mhm.
Did he have to travel for that? Was
No.
he gone?
No, he did it pretty much in the area.
Did you have a farm, or did you just have a big garden?
We had a big garden, and my dad rented property that he grew potatoes on and beans on, and he had a big strawberry patch on his own property. Because he owned, you know where my dad's house was? Well, he owned it all the way to the bridge where the creek runs over the Lakewood Boulevard. He owned that whole corner. And then he did farm some of that, but that wasn't the best land for growing stuff. He had strawberries there. But then on the east side of the house, he had a big garden.
Did you have to help?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I remember digging potatoes one time in the sleet storm. They had to come out. It was cold, it was wet, but we dug the potatoes.
Is there any other way it affect you guys other than your dad losing?
Is what?
Any other ways it affect you other than?
Oh, well, in the in some ways, because we didn't have the food that we should have had. We had oatmeal with sugar, no milk. I can remember that, and I can remember some mornings we go to school with a slice of bread and coffee for our breakfast. And I had shoes that needed soles every once in a while. My dad put his own soles on. Or we'd come home, we'd have holes in the bottom of our shoes. My dad would put cardboard in them for the next day. By the next day, there was holes again. And if you could get a hold of a piece of leather, that worked just fine. You could put that in your shoes. I had cold feet. I had a lot of cold feet.
What did you guys eat?
Well, we
Mom, my dad.
had pretty much, well, we had goats. My dad had goats. So we had plenty of milk. And, well, he had a cow. He always had his own animal for milk. But outside of that, we just didn't have an awful lot. My mother baked her own bread, so we had bread. But eggs and meat and that type of thing, we didn't have during the winter, because we had no refrigeration. In the summer, we had stuff out of the garden. But in the winter, we didn't have that much refrigeration, so.
So did you store your potatoes and eat them in the winter?
Yeah. We had a Michigan cellar under the house. And we could store quite a bit of stuff down there. And my mother canned and canned and canned. Canned a lot of stuff. And that was pretty much what got us through the winter. Just what you can.
How did you carry your lunch?
In a brown paper bag with a couple of sandwiches wrapped in wax paper. That was about it. Brown paper bag.
What was on your sandwich?
Usually peanut butter and jelly. Usually.
Did you like that?
I did, yeah. It was okay. Nobody else had anything either, you know. We weren't the only ones. Everybody was eating pretty much the same. We were all in the same situation.
Is there anything else you had to eat other than peanut butter and jelly?
Well, I guess sometimes she did put something like egg salad or something on. But actually, we don't, not meat or anything like that. First place, we didn't have any refrigeration to put meat on a sandwich or to keep anything. So it's not egg salad and that type of thing, something that would spoil.
Now, when your dad was fixing your shoes, what happened if you outgrew them?
Well, I remember one time, I don't know, he managed to find shoes somewhere, but I think they were quite often used shoes. I know one time, the church came with a big box full of shoes and boots. That's when I had my first zipper boot. And they weren't zippers we have today. Well, with coils. Just two coils that fit together. They didn't work very well.
Oh.
You guys didn't have, nobody really had money, did they?
No.
Then how did the people in the city get food?
We helped each other out. If the farmers could get their stuff, help the people, and neighbors helped each other. They always did. Was nothing new for somebody to come by the door and ask to borrow something. Mostly sugar or milk or maybe even smoked meal for breakfast. We helped each other.
Now, those were things you bought, right? Oatmeal, flour, sugar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there a peddler who'd come around and trade stuff? Was that in that time
Not
frame?
then anymore.
Not then.
No, at one time they did. In fact, my dad did run the pedal wagon for a while. But by that time, then they weren't coming that much anymore. About the only thing that came was the ride man.
What did he do?
Picked up all the old clothes. Picked up any old clothes that you didn't want anymore, rags that you wanted to get rid of. I think he sold them again to whoever. Some painters or whatever, whoever needed them